What if your business could keep working on growth while you were busy taking care of your customers? Imagine finishing a customer meeting and discovering that, while you were talking to them, AI had already helped you identify marketing opportunities, organize your next actions, review areas of your online presence, and prepare ideas for what your business should do next. That is the opportunity businesses are beginning to discover with artificial intelligence. Because running a business isn't one job, it's dozens of jobs. You need customers, you need marketing, you need a website, you need content, you need visibility, you need documentation. You need to understand what is working. You need to decide what to do next. And somewhere in the middle of all of that, you actually need to serve your customers. For entrepreneurs and smaller businesses, that creates an enormous challenge. How do you grow the business without spending your entire day managing the process of growth? That's exactly the problem MP Nerds is working to solve. MP Nerds is designed for entrepreneurs, startups, and growing businesses that want practical digital tools, resources, and structured support for building and growing their companies. And one of the most important areas we're developing around that mission is the MP Nerds Business Center. The idea is simple. Instead of forcing a business owner to constantly ask, "What should I do next?" the Business Center is designed to help turn that question into a structured growth process. Today, we're putting the spotlight on one particularly powerful idea behind it: AI-powered business growth. How can AI help your company? What work can it assist with? What should remain in human hands? And how could you use AI to spend less time managing repetitive business tasks and more time taking care of customers? Let's find out. Before we explore AI-powered business growth, let's understand what MP Nerds is trying to accomplish. At its core, MP Nerds is about helping businesses turn ideas into organized, actionable digital operations. One important part of that strategy is the MP Nerds Business Center. Think of the Business Center as a place where a business can organize important growth activities rather than trying to manage everything through disconnected documents, browser tabs, spreadsheets, and applications. Depending on the tools and services available within your account, the Business Center can support areas such as business planning, helping turn an idea into structured actions, documentation, creating and maintaining the working materials behind the business, marketing, helping businesses think about campaigns, messaging, content, and promotion, online visibility, looking at opportunities to strengthen how the company is discovered online, growth activities, helping identify actions that could move the business forward, business resources, providing useful tools, guidance, and supporting materials in one environment. And importantly, we're not trying to build AI simply because AI is popular. We're interested in something much more practical. Can AI remove work from the business owner's day? Because that's where the real value begins. An entrepreneur might start with a business objective. AI can help break that objective into actions. Those actions can become marketing ideas. Marketing activity can create measurable results. Those results can influence the next recommendation, and the business owner can continue reviewing, approving, and directing what happens. That creates something far more valuable than another collection of isolated AI tools. It creates the possibility of a continuous business growth workflow. And that's what we're exploring today. Imagine you're running a small consulting company. You have 10 customers. You want 20. Sounds simple, but what does get 10 more customers actually require? You might need to improve your website, research keywords, create content, post on social media, find directories, write promotional material, develop offers, follow up with leads, review competitors, monitor performance, update documents, create campaigns, analyze results, and decide what to do next. Suddenly, get 10 more customers has become 50 different tasks. Traditionally, you have 3 choices. Do everything yourself, hire people to do it, or subscribe to multiple tools and try to connect everything yourself. For many small businesses, none of those options is ideal. Doing everything yourself consumes time. Hiring specialists for every function can become expensive. And adding more software doesn't necessarily reduce complexity. Sometimes it simply gives you more software to manage. That is where AI becomes interesting. Instead of asking, how can AI replace people? Ask a better question. Which repetitive parts of running and growing this business could AI help me handle? Research, first drafts, analysis, organization, recommendations, task preparation, content ideas, comparisons, documentation, performance reviews, next step suggestions. These are areas where AI can potentially save significant amounts of time. The goal is not an autonomous company with nobody in control. The goal is a company where humans spend their time, where humans create the greatest value. Relationships, judgment, creativity, negotiation, leadership, customer experience, and AI assists with more of the repetitive work happening behind the scenes. That is the philosophy behind AI-powered business growth within MP Nerds. Now let's look at how this concept can work from the perspective of an active MP Nerds user. Step 1. Enter the Business Center. After accessing MP Nerds, navigate to the Business Center. This becomes your starting point for business building and growth activities. Rather than beginning with a blank AI chat window, the important difference is context. The system needs to understand, what is your business? What do you sell? Who are your customers? What are your objectives? What stage is the business currently at? What are you trying to accomplish? Because useful business AI shouldn't begin with, hello, how can I help? It should increasingly understand the environment in which it is helping. Step 2. Build your business profile. The next step is establishing your business information. This could include information such as company name, website, business description, products or services, target customers, industry, business stage, geographic market, growth objectives, existing digital presence. Why does this matter? Because AI recommendations without context are generic. The more relevant business context available, the more specific recommendations can become. A local accounting practice shouldn't receive the same growth recommendations as an international software company. And an entrepreneur launching their first product has completely different priorities from an established company trying to scale. Step 3. Choose your objective. Now we move from tell us about your business to what are you trying to achieve? Perhaps you want to increase website traffic, generate leads, improve SEO, build brand awareness, launch a new service, improve your online presence, develop a marketing strategy, strengthen business documentation, or simply understand what your company should prioritize next. This is important because AI becomes considerably more useful when it is working toward a defined objective. Step 4. Generate recommended actions. This is where things become interesting. Rather than giving you a 50-page strategy document and wishing you good luck, the system can help translate objectives into individual actions. For example, objective: generate more qualified leads. Possible actions could include review website messaging, identify high-value search topics, improve calls to action, create educational content, identify relevant business directories, develop a lead magnet, prepare a promotional campaign, review social profiles, strengthen landing pages, create follow-up messaging. The enormous objective suddenly becomes manageable. You aren't staring at grow my company, you're looking at here are the next things worth doing. Step 5. Let AI assist with the work. Now AI can help with individual activities. Suppose the recommendation is improve website positioning. AI could help analyze the existing messaging and suggest improvements. If the recommendation is create educational content, AI could help develop topics, outlines, and first drafts. If the recommendation is improve discoverability, AI could help identify areas worth reviewing. If the recommendation is develop a campaign, AI could help structure the campaign, messaging, and supporting materials. The key word here is assist. Business owners should still review important outputs. They should approve important actions, and anything involving factual claims, customer communication, financial commitments, legal obligations, or significant business decisions should receive appropriate human oversight. AI is powerful, but responsibility remains human. Step 6. Review, approve, and continue. Once AI has helped prepare an action, you review it. Is the message accurate? Does it represent your company? Is the recommendation appropriate? Does something need changing? If so, refine it, then approve the appropriate next step. This creates an important workflow. Objective, recommendation, AI assistance, human review, action, result. And after the action, you don't start from zero again. You return to the business center, review progress, update information, look at new recommendations, and continue. That is how AI begins moving from a novelty into an actual business system. The biggest mistake businesses can make with AI is treating it purely as a writing machine. Write me a blog, write me an email, write me a social post. Those things are useful, but they barely scratch the surface. The greater opportunity is connecting AI to a structured business process. Imagine AI understanding your company, your products, your customers, your objectives, your existing documentation, your previous activities, your marketing priorities, and your progress. Now the questions become much more interesting. Instead of give me marketing ideas, you can move toward, based on my business objective and the work already completed, what should I prioritize next? Instead of write a blog, the workflow can become what topic would best support the business objective we're currently pursuing. Instead of how do I improve SEO, the system can help break SEO into manageable actions relevant to that particular business. This is where the business center concept becomes much more powerful. Your business documentation provides context. Your objectives provide direction. AI helps provide analysis and assistance. Your dashboard provides organization, and your results influence what happens next. That creates a cycle. Understand, plan, create, execute, measure, improve, and then repeat. Because business growth isn't a one-time project, it's a continuous process. Let's put everything together. Meet Sarah. Sarah owns a small professional consulting company. She has a website, she has customers, she has expertise, and she has one major problem. She's too busy delivering work to consistently market her company. When customer work is quiet, Sarah markets. Then new customers arrive. Marketing stops. Several months later, the pipeline becomes quieter. Sarah starts marketing again. This is one of the classic small business growth cycles. Marketing becomes something you do when you need customers rather than something the business does consistently. Now imagine Sarah using the MP Nerds Business Center. She creates her business profile. She describes her services. She identifies her ideal customers, and she sets an objective: build a more consistent flow of qualified leads. The system helps break that goal into smaller activities. First, review website positioning. Then, strengthen calls to action. Next, develop several educational content themes. Then, review online visibility opportunities. Then, create a repeatable promotional schedule. Sarah doesn't need to personally brainstorm every first draft. AI assists, she reviews, she adjusts, she approves. Then Sarah returns to the work only she can really do. Speaking with prospects, understanding customers, delivering expertise, solving problems, building relationships. Meanwhile, the business center gives her somewhere to return to. She can see what has been completed, review what needs attention, update her objectives, and continue the process. AI hasn't replaced Sarah, it has helped Sarah create leverage. And that distinction matters. The objective isn't how many people can AI replace, it's how much more valuable human work can AI make possible. For a small company, that could be transformational. If you're planning to use AI to help grow your business, there are 5 principles worth remembering. Tip 1. Give AI context. Generic input creates generic output. Keep your business information accurate. Explain your products. Define your customers. Set clear objectives. The better the context, the more useful AI assistants can become. Tip 2. Don't automate chaos. If you don't know what your business is trying to accomplish, automating random tasks won't solve the problem. Start with the objective, then determine the activities, then decide where AI can help. Strategy first, automation second. Tip 3. Keep humans in control. AI can produce impressive output. It can also produce incorrect output. Review important information. Verify factual claims. Protect confidential information. Use appropriate professional review where necessary. And maintain human approval over significant business decisions. The best business AI isn't necessarily invisible automation. It's controlled leverage. Tip 4. Measure outcomes, not AI activity. Don't measure success by saying, we generated 100 pieces of content. Ask, did website traffic improve? Did inquiries increase? Did conversion improve? Did administrative time decrease? Did customers receive faster responses? Did the business owner recover valuable hours? AI activity isn't the goal. Business improvement is. Tip 5. Reinvest the time you save. This may be the most important point in this entire episode. If AI saves you 5 hours, don't automatically fill those 5 hours with 5 more administrative tasks. Use some of that time where it matters. Talk to customers, call prospects, improve your product, train your team, develop partnerships, think strategically, or simply create the space necessary to run the company better. AI's greatest contribution to a small business may not be the content it creates. It may be the time it gives back. So what have we learned? Growing a business requires far more than having a great product or service. There is research, marketing, documentation, content, analysis, planning, follow-up, optimization, and dozens of smaller activities competing for your attention. AI creates an opportunity to change that equation, not by removing the business owner, but by giving the business owner leverage. Through the MP Nerds Business Center, our vision is to create a more structured environment where entrepreneurs and growing businesses can organize important business activities, access useful resources, and increasingly use AI to assist with the work behind growth. The principle is simple. Tell the system about your business. Define what you want to accomplish. Turn objectives into actions. Use AI where it makes sense. Keep humans in control. Measure what happens and keep improving, because the future of small business shouldn't require entrepreneurs to become full-time administrators of their own companies. Technology should handle more of the repetitive work, so entrepreneurs can spend more time doing something technology cannot replace: understanding and serving their customers. Explore MP Nerds and discover the Business Center, our business resources, and the tools we're building for entrepreneurs and growing companies. Create your account, build your business environment, explore the available capabilities, and start thinking about one question: what work are you doing today that AI could help you do tomorrow? And before we finish, there's something else worth knowing. The MP Nerds Business Center is part of the wider MP Nerds ecosystem. MP Nerds develops digital platforms, specialist websites, and online resources across business, services, governance, learning, collections, contracts, and knowledge. Each platform has its own audience. Each solves different problems. Each has its own capabilities. But the mission here remains very specific: help businesses use technology more intelligently to build, organize, and grow. Now we want to hear from you. If you could hand one repetitive business task to AI tomorrow, what would it be? Marketing, SEO, research, content, documentation, lead generation, reporting, something completely different? Tell us in the comments. Your answer could become the subject of a future MP Nerds Explained episode. And if you want to see exactly how the different MP Nerds capabilities work, subscribe. Every week, we'll put another feature, tool, or capability under the spotlight. We'll show you what it does, why it exists, how it works, and most importantly, how you can actually use it. This is MP Nerds Explained. Build smarter, automate intelligently, focus on your customers, and we'll see you in the next episode.